Hey, I'm so glad you stopped by today because I know that you are a teacher. You have joined our Wanted Teachers Facebook group, and the group is growing, growing, growing. I also hope that all of the files that you have used that they have been successful for you. But I want you to know that I feel your anxiety. I know a lot of you, you're going to your little separate corners. You may be meeting with a friend of yours. You got to study the test. I also know, too, that a lot of you are trying to find a copy of the test so that you can study the test, so that you can know the answer to the questions. But I want to tell you that there's a better way to pass that test. And if that's you, then I have some things that I want to tell you this morning that's going to guarantee that you'll have success when you get ready to take that test again. But before I do that, can I tell you something about me? Well, my name is Barbara Polk, and my story is that there's a famous quote that says, when life serves you lemons, turn it into lemonade. Well, ever since I was 8 years old, and I had my uh, board on the wall, and I had my three little brothers sitting around, and I was showing them how to write the alphabets, and I was showing them how to write words, and what I saw on their faces, oh my goodness, I said, this is what I want to do. I want to teach. So I graduated from high school and I graduated from college, and I was given the opportunity to teach at one of the best schools in the area. And when I walked into the school, the first thing I realized is that, most of the people in here don't look like me. But you know what? I graduated from an HBCU, baby. So that means that I can deal with anything that's put my way. So I started teaching, and my supervisor came by, and she says, I really don't think that you're doing that just right. So I need you to go and see Miss Strange, who's down the hallway. She's a proficient teacher, and we need you to observe her. So I went and I sat and I saw what she was doing. I didn't have a lesson plan. I saw the kids getting up. I saw them sitting down. But I was so young. I was a new teacher, first year out of college. I didn't know how to articulate that. I didn't know how to ask the questions, but I did my best. Remember, I graduated from an HBCU. So I went back and I tried to do the things that I saw that this teacher was doing. And my supervisor came and she said, "No, you're still not getting it." So time went on, and one day I heard a knock at the door. And it was, I was teaching high school, and it was a student from the main office brought me a white envelope. And I opened the envelope, and the letter in the envelope said terminated. So I said, oh my God, they didn't even have enough guts to come and tell me that I was terminated face to face. And as I was walking out of that building, I felt shame. I felt humiliation from me, but also from my mother and my father, who had worked so hard to put me through college. How could I go back to them and tell them that I was terminated? But when life serves you lemons, you turn them into lemonade. So I went on and I started working at other jobs, but I just said I want to teach school. And I applied again, and they told me no. And I didn't apply for a while, and then I applied again, and finally they said yes. Oh my goodness, I get an opportunity to teach. On my first year teaching, I was nominated Teacher of the Year. Then my principal told me, I want you to go to graduate school and get your certification to be a principal. I became an assistant principal. Then I became principal. Then I was assigned to one of the lowest performing schools in the state of Texas. And we turned that school around in 1 year. But That's good. But the awesome thing is that same school where I was terminated, that's the school where I was principal. So when life serves you lemons, turn them into lemonade. And one other thing, find somebody whose life has turned them into um, whatever it takes to make a margarita and take your lemons and make that a margarita. So what I'm saying is that life's gonna life's gonna life's gonna serve you some lemons, and you're gonna take it and you're gonna make some lemonades. I want to tell you another story, if it's okay. So when we start thinking about why is it that you're not passing that test, or you've taken that test one time, two times, three times, you studied to pass that test, and you just can't figure out what it is that's stopping you. Well, consider this. And I mean, this is a silly little story, but I just want you to consider it. So let's say we are both trying to get to Oklahoma, and you're on a bicycle, and no, you're walking, and I'm on a bicycle. Okay, who's going to get there faster? All right. So you say, of course, the bicycle. Okay, so let's say if you're on a bicycle and I'm in a car, who's going to get there faster? Of course, I am driving my car, and we're both trying to get to Oklahoma. Well, let's say this: I'm in my car and you're in a jet. Who's going to get there? Who's going to get there first? Who's going to get there fastest? Of course, I will in a jet. Now, does my intelligence help me get there faster? Does the way I find answers to questions, is that going to get me there faster? Is that I don't think I'm going to pass that test, is that going to get me there faster? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So what I want to tell you today is that I'm going to give you three things that's going to get you there faster. Hold up a minute. Sorry about that. I'm going to give you three things that's going to get you there faster. And the first thing, I know that when you got your results back from your test and you saw that you did not make a 240, you were devastated. The first thing I want you to realize is that you're going to have to accept those setbacks as a learning opportunity. It's not a failure, it's a learning opportunity. Every attempt is a lesson. You've been through the test. You know what you don't know. Study that. Study what you don't know. The second thing, break that test down. Set time aside to study. And if you don't set time aside for yourself, nobody else will. As you go throughout your day, set some time aside. Once you get home, and I know everything's going to be busy at home after school, set some time aside and let everybody know in that house that this is my time that I have set aside, and do not disturb me. Is this something that you really want? Do you really want this? So if you don't look out for you, who is going to look out for you? And the third thing, visualize your success. Don't talk about if I pass the test or I don't know if I'm going to pass the test. You start speaking things into existence. And speaking things into existence is when I pass the test, after I pass the test. Now, you say, well, Dr. Pope, that those little things just seem so easy and so simple. And it is. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it hard. And those are three ways for you to be able to pass that test. So I have a list of about 50 items. If you are interested in getting that list of those 50 things that you need to be doing, a heart to heart talk about what you can and should be doing to pass that test. Because remember, I was the principal. I helped teachers pass the test. We met at the library. We did the tutoring. We did the one-on-one. So I know what I'm talking about. It's just the simple things. You do your part and you will pass that PPR exam. So if you're not a member of Wanted Teachers, I want you to click on that link and you can share this information. If you're already a member, all you have to do is invite your friends so that they can come and they can find the quickest and the fastest way to pass that PPR. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining. I'm Barbara Polk with Wanted Principals Passing the PPR. We'll see you next time.